Cincinnati Bengals quarter century team. Let's talk about it. So we start off, by the way, shout out to John Sheeran on Twitter for posting this. Let's see real fast. A versatile guy per Jeff Hobson of Bengals.com. Bengals at A to Z Sports NFL co-host Bengals OBI. Okay, so A to Z Sports, that's interesting. Cause I always wondered who ran that. So I guess he works with them. Anyway, so we got Joe Burrow, which, let's be honest, any type of team you're going to put together, Bengals-wise, you're going to have Joe Burrow on that list. That's almost a guarantee. Joe Mixon, number 2. Jamar Chase. Chad Johnson, AJ Green. Again, keep in mind, quarter century team. So there's no Anthony Munoz. We're not going back in the day. You know, there's going to be players like the Snake who are not involved in this team because he played way back in the day. You know, it's not like we're putting the best team possible together, which we did before. This is a quarter century. We got AJ Green. Okay. Tyler Eifert. Wasn't for injuries. Such a great tight end. Jermaine Gresham. And it's funny because I feel like in 10, 20 years from now, we're going to say Eric All. Wasn't for injuries. Eric All. Great tight end. Andrew Whitworth, Clint Bowling, Rich Braham, Bobby Williams, and Willie Anderson. My boy. Love Willie Anderson. Then we got Jesse Bates, Reggie Nelson, Leon Hall, Pac-Man Jones, Jonathan Joseph, Brian Simmons, Vontez Burfict, Jermaine Pratt, Trey Hendrickson, Geno Watkins, Pecco, Carlos Dunlap, Shane Graham, Kevin Huber, Clark Harris, and Pac-Man Jones as kick punt returner. So this whole thing stemmed from ESPN posting, what if you had to build one NFL team for the last 25 years? And obviously did the work for you 53. This is the all-time, by the way. So this is not Bengals. This is a team put together of the last 25 years of players. So you got Priest Holmes, Christian McCaffrey, and Derrick Henry. Randy Moss, Julio Jones, and Marvin Harrison. Brady, Peyton, and Patrick Mahomes. Kyle Juszczyk is the fullback, which I think is, to be honest, last 25 years. I mean, you got like Vontae Leach. You got a couple good fullbacks. When did Mike Allstott play? I feel like Mike Allstott played a very long time ago. And obviously Christian Okoye played a very long time ago as well. But, okay. Calvin, T.O., and Justin Jefferson. Okay, nope. Okay, hold up. Replace Justin Jefferson with Jamar Chase. Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, and Tony G. Joe Thomas, Trent Williams, Allen. We got Steve Hutchinson. We got Jason Kelsey, Zach Martin, and Marshall Yanda. Lane Johnson and Willie Anderson, baby. That's our boy right there. No Zach Taylor, a head coach? Interesting. I feel like there's a better offensive. Actually, so this is all. Wait, no. Hold up. We got all quarter century team. So this is obviously all offense, right? So you got head coach, OC, DC. Okay, so hold up. Okay, because on defense, they don't have. That makes sense. On defense, they just don't have the coaching. They have the coaching on the first screen because that's just there. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we have D. Ware, Myles Garrett. We have Jared Allen, Julius Peppers, Aaron Donald, Calais Campbell, Chris Jones, Vince Wilfork. Okay. J.J. Watt, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner, Levante David, Revis Island, Rondé Barber, and Patrick Peterson. And then we have ourselves Champ, Reed, Dawkins, Sherman, Troy Polamalu, Earl Thomas III. Oh, Justin Tucker. Justin Toucher. listen, obviously, we have learned that Justin Tucker is not a good person, right? We have learned. Okay, I see. This is why I hate that whole story or that whole thing now is gone. Like, now that he is no longer a Raven, no one talks about the situation. No one cares about the situation. Everything has gone to the wayside. Now that Justin Tucker is no longer an actual like player on the Bengals, on the Ravens, it's like nobody talks about him. So I want to know the situation and how it ends, because is he guilty? Is he innocent? At this moment in time, we don't know. And because he's no longer a Raven, we might never know if Justin Tucker is, if he's guilty or not. Is he? We don't know. Which I hate that fact about how these situations sometimes go. Because at the end of the day, again, everyone innocent until proven guilty, right? Based on what everything looks like, it looks like he's guilty, but that's just a court of public opinion. We don't know until it actually happens, until it goes to the court case. But anyway, so, and I don't even know if that, I guess that's not going to court now. It's like once he got dropped by the Ravens, everyone's like, oh, he lost his job? All right, I guess, whatever. Let's move on. Who cares? Like, that's literally how it was with Justin Tucker. After he got cut, okay, cool. It happened. Anyway, we got Shane Leckler, well, lordy, Morgan Cox, Devin Hester, and Matthew Slater. It is so weird because you don't think Matthew Slater when you think of like a amazing player, but he's one of those guys on the Patriots who is such a good special teamer, and he was a decently consistent wide receiver. He actually was the one who messed up, if you guys remember way back in the day, on an overtime game. He actually went out there and called, I think he said he wanted to kick instead of receive, and he got in trouble for that. So, yeah, fun times. Got my man Matthew Slater. So, again, listen, at the end of the day, we got our squad. I like our squad here. Recency bias aside, Pecco over Reader. Feels like the best is Reader, much better. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like you should have probably went Reader. Willing to defend this much more. Franchise leader in field goals while second most attempts. Tell me down below which one you would like to change. Justin Smith. Pratt over Wilson. Joe Mixon over Corey Dillon. That's a tough one, too. Corey Dillon was a menace. Why did I not realize he did put Jermaine Pratt? See, Jermaine Pratt, listen, recency bias clouds our judgment for Jermaine Pratt, I feel like. Jermaine Pratt was a great linebacker for us. He was one of the best for us. He was amazing. It's just at the end of his career, he fell off. And Mike Hilton did the same thing. Mike Hilton was amazing for us, but Mike Hilton fell off at the end of his career. It happens. Players, this is why you're on a team for so long that you go from maybe the hero to the zero. And it is what it is. And then eventually you get cut, and us fans are like, whoa, why did you cut that guy? He's so good. No, you remember him as so good because he's been on the team so long, you remember what he used to be. He's not what he used to be, right? Like, to bringing back Justin Tucker here, Tucker was the same thing. Tucker sucked the last couple years. So when the Ravens cut him, it was like, whoa, the Ravens cut Justin Tucker, and he's a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer for his career, but the last couple years, he wasn't better than a high school kicker. So it's just, things change. Players, they fall off. And it's crazy to think because we think of these players and we remember these memories of these guys being so good, but that's just how it works. Things change. Jermaine Pratt, a couple years ago, back in 2020, was a menace. Now, can't even spell menace. He might get beat by the word menace. I don't know. See you guys next one, though. Peace out.